Hi.
Hello.
So, part two.
Part two.
Budgeting for a convention. Today we will discuss food, hotel, dealer's room, which dealer's room is up to your own opinion, as well as food, but we're still going to give our 2 cents. So, hotel, dealer's room, gas for traveling.
Because gas is very important, because a lot of times you'll be going out of state, not just to the city, 30 minutes down the road.
So, is that all food, dealer's room, hotel, and gas? Oh, and your bags.
Gotta have money for the badge, because you can't get in unless you got it, unless you have your connections. Those are the 5 things you have to make sure you have money for.
Let's start off with your badge.
Sometimes conventions will have tiers where you can buy your badge or your entry fee. I know a KaiCon started out at what, $20 for the whole weekend. Usually the earlier you get it, the better deal you get.
Like 2 years ago, MTech started off at $25
for the whole weekend, and then if you paid at the door, it was $25 for a day.
No, it was like 30 or 40 for a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when I started going in, it was like in 2008. It was $20 at the door.
That was
2008. 7 years of spring.
Okay, so it'll be 7 years this spring. It's basically as soon as the convention ends, start saving.
Oh yeah, just do it.
$10 a week or $20 a month.
Even just $5, like
$1
a week. $1 a day, $5 a week, that's a lot of money once you add it up. I mean, there's 365 days in a year. So if you save $1 a day, that's over $350 right
that you can use in a dealer's room. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
That you can use for everything or in the dealer's room, depending on how you do it.
So if you budget carefully and put like certain amounts away. But we're going to talk about the bags. You're going to budget that amount that is in the first tier. It could be any amount. It could be 75, 100, 20, 34. It could be between 20 and 200.
It can be. But you also have to understand, we live in the southeast, and our closest one is the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. That's the biggest one nearest to us. And theirs is like roughly 30, 35 for the whole weekend in the first tier. Whereas a KaiCon is the closest to us, but it's a smaller one that's just starting. So it's like $20.
In the first tier.
Yeah.
So remember what you paid the last time in the first tier. And save up for that. You can save $5 a week, $10 a week, $20 a week. Whatever you can afford, save up for that.
Yeah.
With MTech, I would save up probably about $5, $10 at a time, because I also want to save up for like the hotel, the dealer's room, and other stuff. So if you're going to save about $5, $10 a time, let's move on to the hotel. The hotel is the next step. Now for the hotel.
Yes, the hotel is very important because, you want somewhere to be able to stay, because usually you're not going to live just down the road.
You could be coming out of state, out of county, 30 minutes away, gas prices be cray-cray. Know
lately gas prices have actually been nice.
Still, we'll get the gas in a second. But, know where your hotel is this year. Check when you get home and see if their original rates are, because you might be there again and you might not. And then once you know how much it is, find people to stay in that room with you.
Yeah.
Like us.
A good number is like what?
3 to 4.
3 to 4 is a pretty good number. 5 is, I guess, okay. It's kind of pushing it though, depending on
6 is pushing it.
Depending on the hotel's occupancy number of the room. We have had 5 to 6 people before, and it was a little harsh just because the hotel, there were some problems with the hotel, but we got it worked out and we did it. But we're probably going to stick to no more than 5 people. No more than 4 if we can avoid 5.
Which we'll probably just stick with 3 because we put everything underneath my name, and due to my anxiety, we're probably just going to stick with 3 for a bit.
Yeah, unless we know the hotel room is huge.
Yes, like last year at KaiCon, it was smaller than expected. We had 4 people.
Yeah, so.
And with all my crap, all Shelby's crap, and all our roommates' crap, it was tiny. And the beds were smaller than expected. But if you have a hotel which you can have all the people in, not get kicked out. Even people can sleep on the floor. You know, then that's good. But count how many people you want in your room. Ask them, but tell them an estimated cost. That way, when the reservations do go up, you know more of a cost, and that can drop. Like we were thinking 100.
Yeah.
Now we're thinking about 90, between 90 and 93.
Yeah, and I may just go ahead and save up 100, just that way, in case, you know, there's a little cushion room, just in case for some reason something happens. God forbid, but, you know, just in case, it's a good idea to have a little bit of a cushion there.
So say you're saving about $10 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Put $5 towards the hotel and $5 towards your bags.
Yeah. I mean, the badge you'll have really quickly.
Yeah, and once you get your bags, then you can still save about $10 a week or more, depending on how much you can afford, and then put towards a hotel or gas. Say going to an out-of-state convention. We personally want to go to an out-of-state convention when we graduate from college.
Yes.
And so we're probably going to budget probably $200. I mean, the way gas prices are going, we don't need. You
don't need as much for gas prices now, but that does not mean there won't be a point that it gets to where they're gonna end up going back up.
Yeah. That would be like 100 for both of us.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd probably take like 40 to get down there to Atlanta. We'll probably go to Atlanta, either Dragon Con or AWA, maybe both if we can afford it. But it'll probably take about 40 to 50 to get down there and then get back, depending on traffic, gas, how many people want to hit their brakes. But that's why I think 100 there, 100 back would be good, because you never know. I mean, it may cost us 50 and we'll have backup money. But it's better, like Shelby has said with the hotel, it's better to have a cushion there. That way, if you have a cushion, then you won't feel stranded. And if you watch our goals for the year, you know that we want to save, because you never know, like Shelby said, you never know if there's going to be an emergency. You never know if there's going to be an emergency when you're going to an anime convention. God forbid, there will be.
Something always comes up.
Your tires go flat.
Always something that happens. I've had flat tires happen random times.
You could have a flat tire. You could,
one of your people who's supposed to show up could not come through.
Yeah.
So having that cushion between you and the other people that are with you, you can make up that difference.
But it's good to make sure they're going.
Yes.
Yes.
Make sure, if
they better give you like a 3-month warning.
3-month warning, unless it's, something like a family member has passed away or something, just something that is so out of the blue. It is all good to have a cushion there with you and your other people. That way it can be made up.
So with the gas, I mean, we might, our gas prices are $1.89 now.
Yes.
In Atlanta, they could be $2 still, or $2.50, $3. I don't know. If you're in Atlanta, tell us how much your gas is right now.
We would love to know.
Yeah. Or if you're up north, your gas prices could be high. Let us know. Let us know where you're from and what your gas prices are. If we're going to California, we got to plan a plane. I mean, we're going to focus on the south and where we live and how far we have to drive.
But it applies to the same thing.
But, so, bags, gas, and like I said, once you get your bags, you can start using the money we save for your bags to go towards gas.
Or hotel.
Yeah, or both. Especially dealer's room, because right when you get your bags, we'll go into the dealer's room in a second, but right when you get your bags, you have to split that money about 3 to 4 ways.
Oh yeah, it's
the hotel, gas.
Different ways.
We haven't really dealt with gas yet.
But we haven't gone out of state yet. Yeah. We've basically kept to things that are in the Middle Tennessee area, going no farther than Nashville.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we were to go to Chattanooga, don't have to deal with gas.
Yeah.
But food. But yeah, you have to split it. Once you get your bags, you have to split it between, this way for the hotel, this way for gas, that way for food, and that way for a dealer's room.
Yes.
So let's go with food. You can either eat out or bring your own food. Check to see if there's a microwave. If there's a microwave, then find some microwavable food that you won't get tired of eating.
And I know sometimes, it's hard to gauge where enough is enough if you're bringing your food. Like, we've done both extremes. We brought either too much food that went to waste, or we brought way too little food and ended up having to buy more that night. Like, we went to a KaiCon this past year, and I ended up, because Gwen was helping me with the shop, not only I paid her for her work during the day, but I also ended up buying us dinner at the hotel's restaurant so that, I at least knew we had enough food for at least that night.
Well, which we then realized that we need to start budgeting to eat at the restaurant or eat around the convention. So always check nearby places. I mean, there could be a McDonald's, the Dollar Menu, Burger King, Taco Bell, Subway, or if you're feeling really fancy, go to it and you can afford it, then a nicer restaurant.
Yeah.
Or if there's a restaurant in the hotel. We paid no more than about $10 a plate at the hotel, and that's like average.
Well, the whole buffet was $10, and that included drinks. So for the two of us, it cost about like $20 and some change after tax for us to have an all-you-can-eat buffet and included our drinks. That's actually really good, too, for as nice as the hotel was.
I mean, it's good to bring your own water, your own drinks.
Because drinks are perishables. Like, in cans and bottles, they're not going to go bad. Like right off the bat.
But when it comes to food, we have started to learn that it's probably best to eat out.
Yeah.
Like, we want to bring our own food, which I think eating out will help not bring so much to convention.
Yeah, or bring snacks like for between meals.
Yeah, bring light snacks.
Not eating as much.
But then again, I've learned at conventions that I'm not eating as much as I would eat on a normal day.
Yeah, you really don't, because like you're having, you're there.
You're having fun.
If you're working there, you're busy working. You're only gonna get like maybe a 15, maybe 30-minute break for lunch or whatever.
Like on Saturday during the cosplay contest, you got time to eat.
You have a little time to eat. But if you're like us, where at a KaiCon we're working, we really we try to keep food on us, but even when we brought snacks to eat, we didn't really even eat it. Like, we were too busy working or drinking water. Stay hydrated. If you stay hydrated, you're not going to be you're not as likely to eat as much.
Like us, we stay hydrated and ate less. But we basically learned that we need to just eat out.
For the most part. That works for us, though.
Yeah. But bring your own drinks. Like, we could walk to the nearest fast food, just get food, and come back to a hotel where our drinks are. Or we could order out pizza, have drinks. I mean, you're basically saving money with your drinks. But,
especially when you consider how drinks at places are like, what?
$2?
$2.20, $2.50, something like that. Some places, almost $3 for a drink. You're saving, you consider, that's like $9 for all 3 meals in a day that you're saving. I can go to something else.
So, depending on how much you plan to eat, as long as you keep your liquids in you, that's really good. But depending on how much you eat and how much you think you're going to eat, I'd say plan about $20 per day.
Yeah. $30,
$20 to $30 per day.
Yeah, that way you have like $10 to spend on each meal. Sometimes you get lucky and the hosting hotel will have a complimentary breakfast. Like our last MTAC one.
The embassy did.
The embassy did have a complimentary breakfast. It was fun getting there and you had to get there early to get in line.
Oh yeah.
But it was
different story in itself.
Yeah, but it was nice, we at least knew we had a good breakfast, and that's what mattered.
I think also at MTAC we packed you a little. If you're going to bring your own food, don't bring foods that you never tried before. You'll end up ordering chicken tenders from the hotel, like I did. So don't do that.
Yeah, we have had experiences like that, because you're going to a place where you're going to be immersed in a pop culture for a different country entirely, basically, and
you'll lose budget about $30 per day. But bring your own water, bring your own liquids, because you'll save even more money that way, and you can also refill your water bottles.
Yes, a lot of places will have water stations for you,
and you can look around the hotel and see what kind of food they offer.
Yeah.
Now to your dealer's room.
The fun part.
Here's what I want to say on that, and that's what I'm probably going to say.
Oh boy.
Know your limit. Know what you can afford. I'm not going to tell you how much to budget and save.
Because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everyone has, like, the different situations. Like, I've known girls who will literally save the entire year and they'll end up going and buying $300 worth of stuff.
If you can afford it, do it.
If you can do that, go right on ahead.
Know what you can afford.
Yes.
And still be able to eat. You need to at least have 2 meals a day. Plenty of liquids. You need to have money for that. At KaiCon, people are like, we would love to buy this, but we need this money for food. Dealers, people who are selling to you will understand that you want it, but you need food. We all understand. So know how much you can afford. I usually go about 1 to 150 because I don't want to go too crazy.
If she ever went above 200, I'd have to, like,
calm me down,
hold her down or something.
Like, no Gwyn. Bad Gwyn.
Bad Gwyn.
But it's up to you on how much you want to spend. It's literally up to you. We usually keep in the same price, so the other one doesn't feel guilty.
About spending so much.
That's how close we are.
And I mean, sometimes if we do spend a little more than that, it's usually because we're helping the other.
Yeah. Like, I bought her a bat poster at MTech last year, and she bought me 2 Super Junior buttons.
Yes, I did. And they were roughly about the same price for both.
Yeah, they were. But what you do in a dealer's room, it's you. You can't go into YouTube and be like, hey, how much would y'all suggest I go into a dealer's room?
Yeah.
How much of a fan are you? How many conventions have you been to before? What do you love? What do you know will be there? I know that K-pop is getting more and more popular, so I know that I can get more and more Super Junior. So I get an estimated budget of how much I can do, and I go for it. Shelby, on the other hand, wings it. If you've been to, if it's your first convention, then
ask a friend who's been.
Yeah, ask people.
I mean,
if it's your first convention, be like, hey, it's my first convention. How much money should I have with me for a dealer's room? And people will say $100 to $500,
depending on where you are and who you're talking to.
Yeah, depending on your situation. Depending on your situation and everything, it's all up to you. I personally like to save about $20 every 2 weeks or every month.
Yeah. At the very least a month, save $20, because that can, I
have to pay for school. I have to pay for supplies for projects.
Yeah, like we both do.
I have to pay for the hotel on my own.
So, whatever you're able to put, whatever you're able to put away, that's whatever you can do. That's what you do. Like, sometimes I can only put away 10, or maybe one day I can put away 20. It just depends on the situation of the day or that week. If you can afford and what you can afford to put away. It just depends.
I also recommend have an envelope plan going that says hotel, bags.
Keep yourself organized.
Yeah, keep yourself organized with your money.
You don't want to get confused about where money's going and everything like that.
That way you know which money to take out and everything. And if you have a circumstance where you have to take money out, well, emergencies happen and you can't stop it. If you can't afford anything in a dealer's room or you run out of money, get a business card.
Yeah.
Get one. Spend all day Saturday getting business cards. Like, go in, get all your business cards, and do your first trip looking around. Don't buy the Super Junior and Swing CD the first time you go in there. So there's a seller now that does taxes, so know your state tax. But
so you can figure it out.
Go around, look first. If there's only one left and you really, really want it, then get it. But get business cards.
Like my Kyo.
Yeah, there's only one left.
I bought a Kyo from Fruits Basket cat plush at MTech this past year, and it was the last one, and it was $20. But he's like.
You also got him on Saturday.
I did, but I didn't know he was there till Saturday, and I was really excited because he was the only one left, and he was a good sized plush doll for $20 too. So some people will actually put reasonable prices on things,
but it's up to you. We're not going to say what you should do. We're just going to give you tips on how to organize.
There's definitely different ways you can do it. Like Gwyn said, she budgets.
I use the envelopes.
And she uses the envelopes. I save up as much as I can. It usually ends up being about the same as Gwyn has. But going into it, like she said, I basically wing it because I don't know what I'm going to want. When we get there, I mean, I may buy more BAP things because the K-pop booth has them. I mean,
if you have like a really crazy fan with those new animes that I can't even know the name of, because I'm like more the old-fashioned ones that you know they can easily drop a ton of money.
Oh yeah, like if you're a huge fan of Attack on Titan, you're gonna lose money because a lot of people like sell Attack on Titan stuff now.
But it's up to you what you spend and how you budget it. Like our thing, something's in my eye. I'm sorry. Our thing is basically gas, hotel, and food. What you do and how you do it in the dealer's room, that's you.
That's all you.
And the artist alley, that's all you. So, do you have anything else to say?
Just be careful. Because when you have another, this is, I guess, another PSA announcement type thing. Be careful because when you are dealing with this much money, especially like if you're planning to pay cash for a lot of things and you have it on you, definitely be careful because you never know who you're going to run into or if something's going to happen. So definitely be very, very careful. That's all I can say. Just, you know, and plus, like Gwyn said, you know, if you have a certain amount of money, you may get a little crazed depending on how long you're going to be there. I mean,
and also keep your money. If you're like Shelby said, if you're going to keep that much money on you, keep it close to you. If you're a girl, put it in your boobs. If you're a guy,
it's your bra.
If you're a guy,
put it in your shoe.
We don't care what.
Put it somewhere you know it will be safe on your person,
and that you won't forget.
Put it in your shoe. Put it in your hat. Put it in your pocket, and keep your hands in your pockets. You know, put it in your bra.
Don't even look suspicious like you have that much money on you.
Don't be like, yeah, I'm going to go spend a lot of money. Don't do that. That's a dead giveaway.
And don't carry exactly $100 bills. I like to carry at least 20 or less. That way I look less suspicious of how much money I have and less likely I will get mugged at convention.
I mean, I've never heard of people, like, getting mugged at conventions, but that doesn't mean that there may not be, like, pickpockets or something like that. And some people, you may just accidentally lose it.
Yeah, you don't want to lose all that money.
And if you're doing big bills, like hundreds and fifties, you're going to lose it. And you lose it quickly.
And you'll never get it back.
You're going to be, because nobody's going to do that. We're going to tell you right now that nobody's going to get that back.
For everything else, save about $5, $10, $20 at a time for a dealer's room. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But have fun. Stay safe. Have fun. And, you know, earn all this money safely and legally.
Yes.
So, yeah. That is our part 2 of budgeting. If we missed something, comment below. If you think that we should make another thing for our anime convention series, then comment below. Please like and subscribe. And we will see y'all next time in our next part to our anime convention series.
Woo!
Bye!
See you guys!